The moment Christopher Loeb suspected he had broken into a cop's SUV, finding a bolted-down box in the boot that he was pretty sure contained a gun, he probably should have gingerly closed the door of the black GMC Yukon and scurried down the street. But if you're out at 4 a.m, tramping along snow-covered sidewalks in polo sneakers with your sweatshirt sleeve wrapped around your hand, looking for unlocked vehicles and making off with other people's parking meter change and GPS devices, discretion may not be your first priority. Jigging whips was Chris's term of art for this activity. In the estimation of Gabriel Migueles, the accomplice who waited behind the steering wheel in the heated cab of a battered red Dodge pickup truck, Chris's methods were utter amateurism. Gabe was older, 36 to Chris's 26, and something of a criminal mentor. He had taught Chris how to shatter a car window quietly, without leaving prints, just by throwing a handful of pebbles at it. But Chris was a purist of sorts. He was determined to stick to door jiggling, the least sophisticated entry in the criminal syllabus. Gabe watched Chris hustle back from the Yukon, which was parked in the driveway of a 2-level home adorned with white vinyl siding and pinkish brick, on the corner of 50-Acre Road and Samis Street in suburban Suffolk County. Chris's black sweatpants drooped from his emaciated ass. When Chris was clean, he had an athletic build, along with a frenetic sense of humor that paired with his hazel eyes and a sideways smile. But now he looked like he was in the grips of a famine. Scabbed skin, sunken cheeks, a dull gaze, and a gaunt frame. He weighed in at much less than the 150 pounds listed on his arrest records for addiction-fueled petty crimes, like tonight's. Gabe had a hulking build and green eyes that often seemed to flash with hurt feelings, typically spelling bad news for the person who had offended him. When he was a kid, his father, a Uruguayan jeweler in Manhattan, followed the upwardly mobile New Yorker's handbook and moved his family to Lindenhurst, Long Island. There, Gabe learned that classmates would quit calling you Spick and Beaner after you attacked one of them with a hammer. He had served time upstate for setting fire to a bar to settle a beef with a bouncer. Gabe and Chris had little in common besides heroin and a related chronic cash shortage. Hopefully, whatever Chris had found in the Yukon and the rest of the cars that night would help with that. Chris tossed his haul, a black duffel bag with a Police Athletic League logo, in the back of the pickup, adorned with bumper stickers announcing Gabe's particular worldview. Obama-Biden 2012, Unions, the anti-theft device for working people, and I heart class warfare. April 20th, 1979. Robert Brenzick, a 17-year-old paperboy, was enamored. His crush was a sky-blue motorized mini-bike, or at least it had been a motorized mini-bike before it lost its engine, seat, brakes, and handlebar grips. What was left, stashed by the garbage cans outside of somebody's newly constructed split-level home, was a curved metal frame, rusted at the ends and joints, sitting on knobby tires low on air. When he first spotted it on his afternoon route, Rob saw not the neglected remains of some kid's long-ago birthday present, but a miniature chopper with a sissy bar, or tall backrest, like Peter Fonda's bike in Easy Rider, and its model name was painted on a front metal placard in badass flaming script, Blue Blazer. Rob's two central passions were smoking weed and restoring small feral machinery. His black-fingered skills with bike engines had earned him the mostly derisive nickname Motorhead from his peers at Smithtown High School East. He already had a mini-bike, which he had jury-rigged with a fishing line for a throttle, but now he envisioned restoring the Blue Blazer to new, noisy glory and giving it to his buddy Mike Quartararo so that they could irritate their neighbors together.